Despite the country's rich culture and tradition, girls and women face numerous challenges on their path to success in Sierra Leone. Cultural norms dictate gender roles. Through All the Way Here, we shine a light on the incredible journeys of women who have overcome obstacles to achieve success.
So when I think about the title All the Way Here, I think about my journey from being a young girl who never gave up on her dreams, who saw problems as an opportunity to being this young woman who have actually solved the issues that were affecting her as a young girl. I see myself as this young person who have journeyed from Canada all the way to Freetown and running a Sierra Leone Innovation Center as a person who never gave up on her dreams, who always saw the light in the midst of problems or challenges.
It's been a long journey for me, where I started just from school, from high school, went straight into journalism. Where I started my career at 96.2 Voice of the Handicapped. And then I later went to Radio Democracy 98.1. I have been at Radio Democracy for over 2 decades, where I started as a volunteer and also a freelancer, went through the ranks from producer, editor of the day to station manager until recently when I resigned because I established my own radio.
Reflecting on girls and young women's empowerment for the past almost 15 years. So I can remember 2009 when that journey started, working with 20 group of youngsters in those two communities and how those youngsters were really interesting in terms of the skills they were acquiring. So that is where my journey started, making sure that girls and young women have the space and the opportunity to be able to express themselves, to learn about rights, to learn about abuses and how to deal with those abuses within their communities. It's not something that I was like a little girl thinking, I'm going to be more free time. No. Never did cross my mind, It didn't cross my mind until very soon, very close to the elections. And I guess that's another way of looking at journeys. That maybe what matters more in a journey isn't where you go, but why you go. And for me, it's always been about the why. I think the other thing, so the why is important, but let me bring something else into it, and that is the inspiration to progress, the inspiration to move, and the confidence to pursue your why in life. I think it's really how cultural religious barriers specifically that are limiting young people, especially young girls, in terms of taking leadership roles. I feel like in some communities or in some religion, women are always, at the back instead of in the front, even in the homes. Women are always meant to listen and not to speak out. I feel like these are some of the things that are limiting Sierra Leone women, especially the girls. And these are things that start from the home and then it goes to the school. And then as you transition from school to college to the world, it's something that's that's there. And these are something that have come through generations basically. I remember my grandmother used to tell me that she's just fit to take care of the house, and of course it happens to my mother, and it happens to me at some point in time. In Africa, to be specific, it's a very big challenge for a woman to completely break the glass ceiling. But definitely at certain stage, people have this negative perception about women that are in leadership, women that are serving as a leader, because they think the moment you start assuming this position, they think that those positions are going to limit you from really maximizing your potential and doing the other feminist duties that society is expected of you.
We do things for changes to come. So when I was in full activism with the Black Tuesday movement. You know, we all wore black on that fateful Tuesday. And after that march, you saw there were policy changes. We all knew the president pronounced state of emergency on rape. I'm sure if I die today, my name would be that we were the few women who were lucky to be in managerial positions in the media, which is male-dominated, by the way. And a few years ago, it was only a few of us who were actually station managers. Now, we have lots of women station managers.
I have put all of those things and build the strength to build a society of strong, powerful girls and young women. So people fail to realize that sometimes it's just a passion, and you want to get things done, you want to put smile on people's faces, you want to put smile on the faces of girls and young women, to be specific now in my own case, and make sure that they can maximize their potential, they can have a better and safe space. So I have to work endlessly to be able to make sure that happens. The rise for me has always been about to make a difference, you know, to be valid and to be valued, not because of what you do for yourself, but what you do more generally. So my why has been demonstrated in when I was at university in an organization called ISEC, which had been from the college, but was no longer there at that time, no longer functional, but we made it functional. Why? Because it was going to open up huge opportunities for students in economics and management. And why not? If you can, why not? And then fast forward to now, running the Innovation Center, basically, I've been able to contribute to young people finding pleasure in doing science and finding pleasure in playing with robots or doing robotics. We have been able to attract up to 5,000 young people within Freetown and across Sierra Leone to pursue science and technology, basically. And the work we did at the center last year, we were able to train over 1,000 young people, high school kids in robotics and 3D design, doing technology, electronics, and graphic design, as well as computer programming and digital literacy. Nothing is impossible. And trust me, if you're doing something, make sure you put your heart and mind to it. You will definitely achieve the result. And small beginnings are things that people should not take for granted, because they will take you to places. They will take you to the top of the mountain. They will take you up to the sky.
I started as just from school, like I said, and went straight into journalism. I started as volunteer for 2 years without earning anything. I worked from Kissy Road, where I was at the moment, to Signal Hill, where Radio Democracy was. For 2 years, I did that. And for the last 5 years, I was earning 50 leos a month. But I persisted and I continued, and with consistency, I go every day, I ask for help, I write news, they edit it, they tear it apart, they shout at me, they say you're a fool, you don't know how what's this. I make sure I stayed on until, it was time for me also to be a manager there. And from being a journalist, I've been able to use my voice, the platform I had, to amplify voices, change skin. And today I own a radio station.
I know it's never going to be easy. It's always going to be people who basically not believe in you. It's going to be your parents, it's going to be your friends, it's even going to be your community. But you have to believe that the impact in the next 1 or 2 years is much greater. I would advise them to not give up, to always believe in themselves, which is something that really worked for me, and believing in myself, and also to basically have mentors. I never did science when I was growing up, but where I am today, leading one of the leading technology or STEM innovation center, basically in Sierra Leone. So. And I look at the kids that I basically passed through the center or that I personally mentored. I feel like my story basically inspired them to, either pursue science or pursue something in engineering or even have a decency to love math.
So if you're doing something now, never stop believing that that thing will grow into something very beautiful. That thing will grow into something very impactful.
And you find yourself in a situation where sometimes you want to give up, don't give up. Make sure you continue. Make sure you stick to what you're doing. It has been a long journey, and it's been cry, it's been laugh. I mean, I have gone through a lot as a woman to get to where I am today.